Hey, what's up, guys? Andrew from American Musical Supply here, Winter NAMM 2020. I am with Nick here in the Korg booth. How are you?
I'm great.
That's good. How's the show going so far?
It's busy. This is one of the busiest booths on the floor, but I think it's because we have the coolest products.
Well, that's cool. So why don't you tell us, speaking of cool products, about this one that's right in front of us here, the ARP Model 2600.
Yeah, you're one of the few people besides me who's saying it ARP. Some people call it ARP, some people call it ARP. The jury's out on which one is correct, but I think historically I'm going to call it the ARP Model 2600 synthesizer because it really is an authentic ARP 2600. It's all analog, real spring reverb, full-size keybed, a couple unobtrusive additions to the original, like aftertouch, a sequencer arpeggiator, XLR balanced outputs, and USB and 5-pin MIDI. But other than those additions, it is identical experience-wise, sound-wise. Every fader, every patch point functions identically to the original.
Wow. Cool. So it's, I guess, fully programmable then?
Well, that's the thing, because it's not fully programmable as far as presets,
right.
But it is every patch that you could do on an original 2600, you can do on this thing.
Okay, great. So can you give us a little example of what we might expect from synthesizers such as this?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a sequence pulled up, and I'm going to play that sequence and just kind of mess around with the sounds.
Yep.
So I'm bringing open the filter, and this is the early model filter from the lifetime of the ARP, and I have the spring reverb turned all the way up because it just sounds gorgeous. And then this is the later model filter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch in to the filter some sample and hold modulation. I'm first going to use the LFO output on the keyboard to clock the sample and hold right here, external clock input, and then I'm going to turn this up, give it some white noise to give it a source, and then I'm going to take the output of the sample and hold, go into VCO2. So now every time a note is played, I'm going to get a different random voltage for the filter. So that's a way to like spice up your sequence a little bit. But if I, instead of clocking here, turn my sequence off, you can hear I have 2 square waves, 1 saw wave going in unison, and then I have a full octave of pitch bend. You can really hear that filter, it just sounds unreal. And then you can start modulating with the mod matrix. Modulate the oscillators against each other, so bring in some of VCO1, modulation source VCO2. Or, if I just want to hear some of the sample and hold modulating some pitch, then I can gate this, the envelopes. And then, last but not least, of course, let's just do some ring modulating for fun. Let's see, I don't know, what are we going to do here? Let's throw pulse output here. Let's go in, I don't know, let's bring that up. Oh, that's gnarly. Almost sounds like R2D2, right? Of course, that was created on an ARP 2600.
He's having a freak out.
And yeah, that's kind of most of the. I don't know if that's most of them, but that's a lot of the sounds you can make on a real authentic 2600.
Wow, that's very cool. And the effects sound great. The reverb, especially even out of the internal speakers there, sounds very big, very wide, very lush.
There's a real spring in there, just like the original.
Wow. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for the rundown. If you're interested in finding out more about the ARP or ARP 2600, you can head on over to americanmusical.com.